If you're still jobless in 2026 or have been waiting forever to make that career pivot, it's not because you're bad, it's because your entire job search is outdated. I got my first six-figure strategy consulting job in New York in my second year of college, then became one of the youngest people working in venture capital or startup investing in Australia. And after being on the other side, reading hundreds of applications and helping a lot of young people get to the next step of their career, I realized most people approach job searching completely backward, like heartbreakingly backward. I'm Thea. Usually I run Founders in Motion and we talk to early stage founders about building really great companies from 0 to 0.5, but I'm equally as passionate about helping people get a leg up in life, especially in their career. So every other Thursday, I'm giving you the career clarity that I spent hundreds and thousands of dollars learning, and through conversations with hundreds of people way more advanced in life. So hit subscribe so you don't miss any. But back to the video. Okay guys, it's 2026. It's time that we all lock the fuck in. I declare 2026 as the year of change, the year of innovation, the year of growth. Here's the truth, no one will tell you. Junior roles are disappearing, and they're disappearing super quickly. Some entry positions are getting hundreds and thousands of applications per single position. Then you have startups that are literally trying to remove generalist and junior role positions. Then you also have major layoffs by tech companies, global conglomerates, people laying off people with years of industry experience. So now you're not only competing with your peers that are in a similar starting position, you're competing with people with years of experience underneath their belts for a pool of opportunities that are only decreasing over time. So what do you do? And this is where a lot of people go back to the typical playbook. They craft a beautiful resume, craft a few nice cover letters, and mass apply, and then pray for an interview. Quick pause. If you're early in your career and the job hunt feels like a black hole, I've been there. This episode is sponsored by Apex Talent Partners. They work with early career talents like you and me. And they're giving us an exclusive discount. If you enroll in their internship placement program through us, you get $200 off. And if they can't line you up with an interview within 30 days, you get up to 100% refund. They also do resume, cover letter mentoring, and competency assessment, basically showing you where you are today and how to actually get the role you want. If you want real shots instead of endless applications, check the link in the description. Now, back to the video. I remember creating hundreds of packages of resumes, cover letters, customized for different positions, and just mass applying everywhere. I applied for roles across marketing, business development, IT, operations, finance, paid, unpaid, full-time, internship, remote, in-person, everything under the sun. And this is pre-GPT day, guys. I used to do this all by hand, just matching the job description with my resume and figuring out how they work together. And I got horrible success rates. And I was telling everyone around me, like, what can I do to make it better? And everyone kept saying the same thing, like, just it's a numbers game, just apply to more and more and more roles. But doesn't that seem really backwards to keep doing the same thing that's not yielding any sense of success and hoping for a different outcome? There had to be a better way. And it really took me a long time to admit that this is the wrong strategy, because it was also easy. It's easy to hide behind your computer, write a couple lines of words, match different resume cover letters, and just apply behind a screen. It's way harder to put yourself out there, to face rejections, and to deal with people saying, oh, maybe you are not the right fit for the role, and actually customizing your experience to match whatever role you are. But okay, I think we're getting ahead of ourselves. So what is a winning strategy in 2026? Like a consultant, sorry, I'm going back to my roots, there are 4 steps to get you your dream role. Number 1 is positioning. This is, I have to say, the number 1 step that people miss. Positioning is all about figuring out what you want to do, what you are good at, and what you can reasonably be paid for. And this is very difficult for someone that's quite early in their journey. Because I remember when I was in college, I wanted to just work. I wanted to be around people that were smart, wanted to learn new things, because there's also that conception of you never know what you don't know. So you want to experience something bad. So you realize, you know what, like that's not quite for me. However, it's still very important at the beginning to figure out what do you want to try first? Like what kind of industry you want to try first. My framework for thinking about this is everyone has an inclination in terms of if they are more kind of the strategy, big picture thinker, or the more meticulous type person that likes to go into detail. So first, figuring out like between the two, where do you fall most in or where do you want to try first? For example, for me, I was very much on the left side. So I like the strategy, the big picture, the idea, the creativity behind it, and not so much the nitty gritty numbers. So things like accounting or hardcore finance really wasn't for me. And then within that, I got to choose between sort of marketing, strategy work, and I felt like I wanted to start quite big picture. So that's kind of the positioning towards focusing on recruiting for strategy consulting. So you should find out, independent of everything, figuring out what makes you happy, what you want to try first, that you have reasonably good skills in, and we'll talk about it a bit later, and you could potentially recruit for. An example of a positioning statement is I am targeting marketing roles at a venture backed startup. And the reason why a clear positioning is so powerful is then you can say that to all the people around your life. And in turn, because you're so clear in what you want and it kind of aligns with your skills, people are like, hey, like I will look out for these opportunities for you. So they can actually know to look out for you if they ever hear something along the sorts throughout their life. So you're just essentially casting a bigger net of potential promoters that could help you find the right opportunities, get you connected to the right people. And even if it's kind of getting you connected to mentors in the space that could help you advance your career. It's all about kind of putting it out to the world. You could also have a secondary positioning. So that's kind of like your primary thing. And then secondly, I would love to work in strategy for a consulting firm. And then people will be like, hey, Thea would be interested in like A and B. Like, let's see if I can look out for those opportunities for her. And it's really just about creating a network of people promoting you. And why not? You never know. Okay, so we figure out what roles we want. Number two is proof. Proof is the difference between being delusional and being actually employable. We have to prove that we are fit for the role. So proof can look like many things. It can be a really great project in the industry, a case study, obviously an internship, a contractor position, something that shows how your brain is particularly amazing for this opportunity. You want your proof to also be cohesive. So when a recruiter or a hiring manager looks through your resume, they look at all your different proof points and they're like, oh my God, how could I have not hired this person yet? Because everything flows together for the one or two positions that you're trying to target from number one. And when you do these projects, keep receipts of them because you want to be able to talk about them, show them if people want to see, and even, I don't know, put it on the internet so that more people can advocate for you and your work. Okay, so we've done all the hard work. We figure out what we want to do. Now it's number three, distribution. Distribution is all about getting people to know how wonderful you are. So you're fit for the role, you know what role you want, and now you have to be loud. My mom used to tell me that closed mouth don't get fed. And that's very true. Distribution feels super scary. Like I've been there. Telling people how awesome you are feels a little bit weird, self-centered almost. But this is a game. No one sees your work. It doesn't exist. And you don't have to be a LinkedIn creator for this. Start small. Do 2 or 3 networking chats a week and then build on top of that. Do more over time. Start with more junior people, moving into more senior people in the industry. And there's a whole art to networking, which I think I have to share in a later video because it would just get way, way too long. A lot of people think of networking as a very transactional conversation of, do I get referral for this position? Do I get blah, 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 XYZ? But networking is more about building warm bridges across the different industries that you want to be a part of. And if it leads to referral, great. But even if you learn something about the industry, about how do you apply, about strategies in terms of make yourself better, that's also good enough. And sometimes that's quite frankly even more important than getting a direct referral from someone. People get jobs off of one good contact. I've been that girl. One of the craziest and probably most transformational internship in my life happened when I met someone for the first time, coffee on a Sunday morning. We were both hungover, like severely hungover, but somehow we just connected on our experiences, our life. And at the end of the chat, he said, okay, how soon can you fly over and start in this position? I just told him I can fly over next week. That's how crazy a conversation could be. Not all conversations are going to be like that, caveat, but you never know what you don't know. And it's all about being kind, courteous, helpful, and learn from everyone around you. It will feel very uncomfortable, but that's good because not a lot of people will do it. And then that's how you stand out. Okay, number 4, conversion. And this is not what you're thinking, okay? This is all about you have the interview, you're in the process. Whoopee, how do you convert it into a position? This might be a hot take, but interviews are not logical. They are purely psychological. If you've gotten to the interview phase, you're most likely decently qualified. So now it's really all about A, can I trust this person to do the job? And B, do I actually want to spend a third of my life with this person? And if you think about an interview like that, your tone matters, what you wear matters, how you approach the person, how you shake your hand matters, the way you deliver a story matters, the way you show courtesy and you ask them questions back, they all matter. It's not just about the actual what you say when you answer the question. It's about every little moments in between within your interaction with this person. So if you're stuck right now, it's not because you're not good enough. It's because you haven't been given the updated playbook. So subscribe, hit the like button, and stick around because we're going to break down every single element of this playbook. And this series will change how you job search forever. Next episode, I'm breaking down exactly why you don't stand out and how you change it in one weekend.